Hey everybody. So how many people saw the Facebook Live preview I gave? It was just a little bit of a preview because I forgot to mention a couple things. But since you're here and you know the deal, if you know anybody that should be watching and listening, and the answer is yes, KCOSdigitalmedia.com, text that away. This is The Beat Goes On, global broadcast from the beautiful downtown Gold Room, Colorado Springs, 18 South Nevada. Yes, there still is time to come in here and enjoy the festivities. The Gold Room is in full Christmas dress, and we even have our own Christmas tree today.
Very much so. You like this, yes? The Tannenbaum.
You know, see what you're missing, you know, or if you're listening and watching online, you're not missing it, but that's a sight to behold. And we'll get into more of why they're here again.
We have a secret.
Yeah, we always have secrets, but, you know, we let you in on most of them because they're not that bad secrets. And, you know, you could be here eating incredible food preparations from our own resident chef, Mo. And we have Victoria, as always, lighting up the bar with her smile. And sound, of course, by Hex Audio. Love those guys. Chad Martin, Hailey and Evan, inclusively. But we have a really special treat. And, you know, you might have remembered JDCordlé from a previous show.
How are you guys?
With the Full Circle Blues Band. This man is so versatile, so incredible. Yeah, he's working with Chris Zambrano.
Actually, from the sounds of it, you got this. I'll be out in the car.
Oh no, because I heard
It's
sound
cold
check.
outside.
And
No, it's all true.
but look at the guitars they're playing. Okay, these are virtuoso guitars.
Wow. Oh, shucks, man. I'm just
Well,
folks.
You know, but that's some people.
Thank you.
Some people don't really appreciate vintage, you know. And of course, if Lisa and Laura were here, you know, we miss them. They've been taking care of life on other planes or planets.
Wish you nothing but the best.
And you know, see, once you're here the first time, you're family.
Yeah,
And it's always good to see JD
I've always
because
felt that.
JD came. You guys drove from Florissant or Florence?
Came from South Denver this time.
Okay.
First time we came in from Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton. That's quite a
2.5
drive.
foot of snow. From 10 o'clock in the morning till 15 to 7 the first.
I know it. Yeah. See, that's
Up
it.
Monument Hill, both ways.
We do shows.
That's a true story.
No, it
Right.
is. We do shows in blizzards. So every Wednesday, you can count on us.
We don't tend to cancel.
You know, and that's kind of like Air Canada. I used to work in Canada a lot, and even when it was snowing all night, I'd call up the airport and say, "We still on?" And they go, "We never cancel."
Yeah.
Useless information nobody needs to know.
Mark just called to a Canadian airport.
Oh man, see how you are? You are twisted, sir.
I do.
And everybody remembers Dr. Von Helden from Haunted Minds and HellScream Haunts. We love these guys.
We
And-
got some special news tonight.
Oh man, there's always special news. But you know what I really want to do? JD's got this new CD that he's graciously laid on us, and we're going to put that in rotation. And features Chris as well, right?
His parts are on there, but he's not on the CDs. He's always in spirit, though.
See, we didn't do our pre-show huddle,
Yeah,
you know, adequately, but
This man does have his own CDs and stuff, though. Look him up on. You're on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm on Apple Music, and I think Amazon Prime. You can find my album.
well, I had to admonish him because he didn't accept my friend request in time to get the directions and everything.
My
But
apologies, sir.
no, please.
Actually, the most flattering cyber news I've gotten recently was a friend of mine said that if you ask Alexa to play songs by me, she will.
Well, and that's it. You mentioned KCOS digitalmedia.com, and
There you go.
she's there because I was part of that experiment up in Green Mountain Falls.
Go.
It worked up in Green Mountain Falls, so I guess it'll work anywhere.
Nice.
But no, we absolutely need to put some of your music in rotation, especially
you, sir.
after this show.
Appreciate it.
And, you know, because for those of you that know, for those of you that might not know, we are a 24-hour, all Colorado internet radio station. And we'll talk more about that because Roger Pennington, we always think about Roger from Canyon City, from Foggiest Notion, one of our longest friends of the show. His favorite line is, "Let's talk more music."
Yeah.
So I want to introduce JDCordlé and Chris Zambrano, blues duo.
Thank you for having us, guys.
It's always a
Appreciate it.
pleasure.
Make me sad.
I got up early this morning. You know, I went looking around for my shoe. I got up early this morning, baby. You know, I went looking around for my shoe. You know anything about that, baby? You know, I got this old walking blue. You know, I left early this morning. Well, I had to go ride the blind. I left out early this morning, baby. I had to go ride the blind. And damn it, I've been mistreated. I don't mind dying. telling me these old walking blues ain't that bad. I got lots of fools telling me, you know these walking blues, the walking blues ain't that bad. You know it's the worst feeling I do believe I've ever had. You know I got rambling, baby. I got rambling all on my mind. I got rambling, baby. Yeah, I got leaving all on my mind. If I never see you again, I swear before God it'll be too soon in time. Thank you, guys.
JDCordlé, everyone. So in the spirit of the blues, I'm gonna play you one of mine, which I wrote, somewhere in the aughts. Trying to make my own contribution to the blues, I guess, in my own way. So it started out with a title and grew from there. And actually, probably one of my favorite lyrics I ever wrote, which is at the end. Maybe you'll find it. About a girl that I was infatuated at the time that provided the right amount of inspiration. But it's called The Itchy Blues. Don't you know I'm the man of your dreams? Let me get my foot in your door. Let my fire burn smoke on your stand. Don't you prove it, well, I do. You got the kind of swell that could hunt me soon. So let's get this sound track. Let my fire put some smoke in your stack. See, I'm a man who's been locked away. Live without love was a price I had to pay. So let my lips climb your neck like stairs. Let my fire lost in your long black hair. Look out now. She said, boy, I ain't that kind of fool. You see through your charms and that's not cool. Don't you know I haven't been around for sure? But plenty men say they're gonna love me like no one's done before. So I said, sugar, hold on a tick. Let me whisper something across your sweet neck. Maybe this is something you haven't heard. Love was my religion, baby. Love was my religion. Love was my religion. Girl, you'd be church. All right, thank you.
This next song I'm going to do, we lost Mom back on September 14th this year.
May she rest.
This was actually the last gig that she made with me last year in February. So on that Saturday, she passed on, and on Thursday, I've been staying with a friend, and I went out in the studio we have there, and closed the doors and put a big amp in there with me, and he come out and says, "What are you doing in there?" I said, "Doesn't matter, just don't bother me." I said, "Now come out of here when I'm ready." So this is the song that came out of that. It's for Mom. It's called All the Way Home. Ghostly footsteps in the hall, familiar faces I don't recall. The lights are on, but nobody's home. I recognize the anger there in the tone. Life has left me all alone. Figure out all the rest on my own. Your life has left me all alone. But I still love you all the way home. Look at the sand there in the hourglass. It's funny how it all goes by so fast. They tell me the only thing that stays the same is change. Well, I know that it damn sure don't last. Life has left me all alone. Figure out all the rest on my own. Your life has left me all alone. But I still love you all the way home. Well, I got the sunlight here in my eyes. I've been listening to too many of his damn fool lies. And I got you here in my heart. Time to tear it all down, make a new start. And life has left me all alone. Figure out all the rest on my own. Life has left me all alone. But I still love you all the way home. Yeah, I still love you all the way home. Thank you, guys.
I gotta say, I have fond memories of that show. Mom lit up the room, and everybody was enchanted by her. And what a great tribute! That was beautiful.
Thank you, Mark.
You know, we've all had loss in our lives, and
Yep.
you know, we're all at an age where, you know, sometimes, I mean,
It's
it's inevitable. But
we average about 180 some shows a year, and it's been for the last 34 some years. And this year I finished up on myself.
well, you know what? We're gonna have to.
You know, Chris is he was at the memorial, and he played some beautiful versions of songs that people would recognize, and just set me in awe. It was great that you were there.
I appreciate that. I was lucky enough that I got to know her.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, it's kind of neat because at the memorial, you know, you get to see the flood of memories that come to the forefront.
Yeah.
Man, there were some stories that just made me smile. The depth of I called her Miss LK. The depth of her as a person and her kindness. It's really impressive. So we should all be so fortunate.
Well, that's always great, and it's too bad that finality defines when feelings come out. You know, we've had a lot of loss in the KCOS family, and it's been hard. It's still hard for a lot of us, and you know, what do you say except cherish who you have while you have them. You know,
Absolutely.
And actually, it was very heartening. You guys had a great bond. I mean, you took such great care that Mom was comfortable during the show.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
you know, we love this. This is our, you know, we are a family, basically a family-owned nonprofit because of our relationships. If you go dig in further to we haven't really done much of our story because we concentrate on performances, and it's always great to have these surprise tributes come up.
I'm glad to be a part of the story, Mark.
You know,
Truly appreciate it.
once you're here once, you're family. You
Yeah.
know, you come back twice, it's welcome home. You know, and I just the blues genre is what I love because it's one of the most heartfelt genres, except maybe Dr. Von Helton has an alter ego whenever he goes to Vegas, but you know, we all draw to our sweet spots. I was going to say strengths, but, you know,
the
sweet spots.
inspiration.
So, you know, obviously, you know, the creativity from mom's lifelong nurturing, that's going to always be there.
That's
You know, it's one of those things that means so much more when it comes from the inside.
absolutely. Yeah. And I think of that one as the one she left.
Yeah.
It's
It's the one that will live, though.
yeah, absolutely. It's the way it is. No replacing that. No.
So how did you find Chris, JD?
Like a dirty penny?
Yeah, that's a story. I've done two things my whole life. One is music, and the other is teaching martial arts. And Chris used to be a student, and we got to talking, and we found out that each other was, you know, guitar players, and he helped me out in a time of need with a Harley Davidson that he acquired from me, and just become really good friends. I think of this man as one of the most real people I've ever met in my life. And his talents are irreplaceable, as far as I'm concerned.
That's kind of you to say, thank you.
Just,
Well, from what we've heard, it's like, why would you want to? I think
You're right.
You guys have a thing going on right now, you know?
yeah, I haven't found this with anyone else I've worked with over the last 34 some years, and it just clicked. Got together and it just clicked.
You know, I play the guitar as well. I have a friend that I play with, and there's a difference between playing with somebody and playing when you feed off of each other.
Yeah,
And that's what you guys do. You feed off of each other.
Yeah.
And that reaches deep.
You know, I think the thing that we discovered in our conversations of, you know, those kind of conversations of diligence, of friendship, you know, as you begin to kind of do the archaeology on each other. One of the things that I think we discovered that was really interesting is we had a very similar approach to music, which I'm glad that comes through.
Yeah.
And that approach is that we believe it's more about the music. It's not my show, right? It's not his show. It's about feeding the music. And am I playing with him? Am I playing and adding value? Or, you know, it's hard if you won't probably understand if you're a musician, but for those that don't, that's hard to find. There's a lot of ego that goes on.
I always tell people it's very hard to find people that you can form a lasting musical bond with.
Yeah.
Or even just say, hey, let's get in a band, you know, because you can play in a garage or wherever you want to say, let's jam. And there's inevitably, invariably, it doesn't mesh.
Well, you know,
not that either or anyone is not talented or you know, proficient. It's just it does take that telepathy, I would say.
well, if I was pressed for an analogy, and sometimes when you're being interviewed, you're pressed.
Not here. Not here.
I'm kidding.
I'm
No,
far away.
it would be similar to, you know, everybody thinks they have a sense of humor because they know how to laugh. Number one, not true. Two, everyone, you know, everybody thinks they're a good driver because they know how to drive or they have a driver's license, right? It's kind of like two cooks in a kitchen that are trying to cook something together at the same time without actually sitting down and saying, well, I think it should taste like this, and he says I should think it should taste like that. I kind of watch what he puts in the pot, and then I think, well, what could I add that would bring some flavor or bring out what he just put in? And that's really kind of what it's about. And it's more about what's on the stove than what's going on behind under the taupe, if you will.
You know, I just want to say, I had a conversation the other day with my 19-year-old son, and we were talking, since he lives in San Antonio, we were talking about Thanksgiving. I said, are you still really picky with what you eat? And I don't know, at 19, someone finally gets a moment of truth out of a 19-year-old, and he goes, well, it's not that I was picky about, you know, what I eat anymore. It's just your cooking sucked. And I go, man,
Right.
I put on a lot of weight doing my cooking, but
Yeah.
if you didn't like it,
There's a joke about that.
there's
One
always
kid
a
asked
joke.
another kid, do you pray before you eat? He said, no, my mom's a good cook.
Yeah. I'd love to hear some more. This has been great music so far.
Show us some more of that stew pot.
All right.
This song is just with our fans and everybody's. It's requested. It started out a joke when I wrote it. It started out a joke because of the chorus in it was again. It's the name of the song again. Everybody would come up to me and say, "Hey, can you play that again?" And at first, I didn't catch on to it. I said, "No, we just played that song." And they weren't talking about the song I'd played before. They were talking about again. Can you play that again? So here it is. It's a song written about being around people that tell you stories that even they believe. They expect everybody else to, too. And you know better. You may think that this is all over. Your turn will come around. Tomorrow the sun will come up and the moon will go down. Again and again and again. Please don't do that again. I've seen you many times, yeah, I really know you. You try to lie your way out, well, I could always see right through. Again and again and again. Please don't do that again. Once had someone tell me a fairy tale. This place that was always bright and warm. But man, you can't fool me, 'cause I live here. Looks a lot like hell. Again and again and again. Please don't lie to me again. Thank you.
All right. Sorry about that. So this next one is one of mine. JD and I usually, when we're out playing around, we kind of go back and forth. And actually, for the music geeks in the audience, most of the time we don't have a set list that is definitive. One of the things that I learned from some DJ friends of mine is that you always have to learn how to play the room. And you don't play a 12 o'clock song at 10 o'clock. So you kind of have to learn to read the room. But what that also means is that as a musician, it kind of challenges us both because I never know what he's going to play. And sometimes, you know, if we're thinking about it, we'll tell each other prior. We try to remember, but, you know, sometimes you get caught up in the moment. But thankfully, we're both capable enough that we know how to just jump in and follow along and work it out. And it kind of keeps it fresh that way for us, too, and kind of keeps it entertaining, challenges our musicianship, I think. So I could be sneaky and just not tell them what I'm about to play, but I won't do that. Anyway, this next song is actually a song I wrote, probably in the early aughts, probably about 2002. And the reason I remember that is I owned a house at the time with my ex-wife, and we had a guest bathroom that we didn't use that often, but it had great acoustics. So I used to go in there and do a lot of my writing because it was a pretty good-sized bathroom. We had a good-sized tub. And I was writing this song, which actually is meant to be sort of a memorial for my father, who passed away about the same time. And when I wrote it, there happened to be something that was in the bathroom that was left there, and it made its way into the song, a particular object. So maybe if you're paying attention, for the music geeks out there looking for Easter eggs, see if you can find this one. It's called Don't Be Unkind. Head and shoulders deep, yeah. Walking on fire, souls with beneath my feet. Holding on to a woman with a shaky hand and the word please. Another shot at lightning rod between my knees. Truth in words can be so hard to find, but the volume of action can leave a deaf man blind. The stairway to love is as tall as it is wide. You may get to the top, realize you're on the wrong side. A mind of emotion is a loaded gun. Looking down the barrel is like looking into the sun, yeah. A vision broken is a journey with a dead end, yeah. And a guiding light is like a long trip with a good friend. Wind through leaves, all the whispers in my brain, congealed those don't differ but seldom are the same. Living as one was a dream my heart was to pursue, yeah, but guidance like courage must permeate all virtue. So I begin where it is that I am. Forward motion in a circle without a band, yeah. Light of love, come and save a wounded man. Forgive him his trespasses. Forgive him his trespasses. They were never part of the plan. Thank you. So,
Chris Zambrano, everybody.
thank you. Anybody catch the lyric? All right. It's in the first verse. There was a bottle of shampoo that was hanging out in the shower. Head and shoulders deep, yeah. There you go. And now you know.
You know, this is great because I just started a watch party too, and so we're streaming on like 5 platforms, and all the people that I'm watching joining the watch party, total surprise. Love you guys. One of my Canadian cousins who I've never met is listening.
Yeah, right on.
And a lot of great people, a lot of great musicians tune into this show,
Yeah.
which we're humbled and honored.
Absolutely.
And it's, you know, this is a really appropriate show with your stories and, you know, leading into the holiday season, you know, bad sweater suits notwithstanding, right? No offense, my brother, but
This suit would not look good if I was not in it.
That's probably true.
you almost got Nate saying something here, but no, you know, this is the thing. This is the time of year when, especially everyone, should be thinking more about the loved ones in their lives and the great memories that we've shared with friends, family, anybody that brings a great memory to mind throughout our whole lifetime. And it's not like I'm trying to be philosophical, but I made it well known this afternoon that I've had a really bad day.
Oh, wow.
And you guys really, I mean, this is the deal with the show. Look at our calendar, look at the lineups. I am surprised beyond belief with great joy. Every Wednesday night, we get surprised with, you know, this. We try to pattern. I thought at one time we'd pattern this show after like VH1 storytellers, you know. But then I kind of go, well, you know, me, Lisa, and Laura when we're here, and now with Chris and all the guest hosts that we have come in, it's more like VH1 storytellers with the Mystery Science 3000 people in the bottom left corner, bottom right corner.
It's all right, man.
Well, I'd like to say something for a moment to this man, because if it was not for you, these people would not be here, and everybody that watches and these groups that come in, these bands that come in, they love you.
That's correct.
Yeah, here.
you know.
Yeah, and by the way,
For
Mark,
sure.
thank you so much for having us. We haven't had the chance to say that yet, but I know both JD and I have been looking forward to this. We've been talking about it for well over a month, kind of, hey, don't forget, we got this, you know, and we were really looking forward to come down here. And speaking as a native, whose family's been here since the 1800s, it's really nice to know that someone's fanning the flames of music here in this state, and I really appreciate it. I come from a very musical family, and
It shows.
well, thank you. I've been fortunate. It's the benefit of being one of the youngest. Everybody else makes the mistakes, and you go, wow. However, you know, I got a cousin that plays like 13 instruments, and they're like, oh, Chris, you play the guitar. How nice. How quaint.
It's not that you play one, it's how you play it.
I'll remember that
Well,
when
and
they
that's
say,
true.
"Hey, Chris, go polish your brother's Emmys." Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's a talented family.
Emmy can get her own candy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's keep
But
the
thank you,
music
Mark, for
going.
your
No.
hospitality and
This
and-
is our mission is we are such a rich musical state,
Absolutely.
and it started out, well, in January we'll be 5 years old, so that's another story. But we first started out with just showcasing Colorado Springs music, and then because I was a photographer all over the state, people were going, hey, and I'm going, really? You want to come down and do this? I got to thank you guys. I mean, I got to thank everybody that's been here. We just, last week was, show number 250.
You're,
And
Crazy, right?
crazy. I used to
you
call
guys
this,
are welcome. I don't stop when I leave here.
I used to
I'm
call
always
my-
advertising KCOS. And,
this is my science project, but,
yeah.
well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank
I'm
you for
not Bill
having us.
Nye by any means,
Yeah.
This is something that's working, and, it's not like I'm going, hey, say something nice, will you? Thank you so much. I mean, really, this
No,
is...
happy
this
to do
is-
it. Happy to do it.
we started out saying, oh, this is our show. Well, no, it's your show because you make it your show. I mean, I always have a joke with Victoria. It's like, okay, if I get saying stuff a little too crazy, especially with jokes, I'm not always good with jokes. Always.
I am.
I'm never good with jokes. So we have this agreement. If I have too many bad jokes, I mean, Victoria will go, 2-drink minimum. We got to get the crowd going.
It's 4 because there's a clown.
Yeah, that's true. There's for those of you at home who can't see, there's a scary freaking clown.
You guys,
lurking about.
you guys want to step forward?
So intimidating.
You guys step forward for me.
Guys,
Oh, no.
come up and look in the camera.
Come over here and get on camera.
We got to get to the mid part of the show. Okay,
Not
well,
yet.
there we go. This is
So,
the shameless announcement of our
Christmas time, Pennywise.
our sponsors that we usually have for Halloween. It's the Haunted Minds and HellScream Haunts, the number 1 and number 2 haunted houses. I know. See, you set the precedence about dancing.
well, you see, we are number 1 and number 2 in the state, and we're number 19 in the country. This is Primo.
All the way from Wassenberg.
Oh,
Walsenburg, yes.
I think he left his
This
lips
is Raven.
somewhere, right?
He has a very serious look on his face. See, I'm great, all of them.
Normally, I'd wait till you were taking a drink.
Unless you really want to find out.
You can't wait for me to be done talking because I can't.
No, that's the thing, is what you told me at the very beginning before we started the show. I know you're thinking that. But
That's
please.
okay. By the time we are done, my butt will be up here because he's going to kick it all the way up there.
Yeah. All right, see? The Christmas present, yeah.
At least I'm not the smaller clown. At least you can see me.
Oh, man.
Pretty much every clown is bigger than me, so.
That should be a song, right? You guys?
Every clown is bigger than me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a perfect blues song right there. I will tell you this. These gentlemen that come down tonight on their own free time, he drove up from Walsenburg. They are come up because they love this man and they love to hear different music that comes here every night. I didn't know who was here. Mark never tells me. It's a surprise for me.
Well, thanks for
But
coming
I will
out,
tell you
guys.
this, I'm one of those.
Check the
appreciate
Facebook
it.
page.
I love all music, but I love the blues. He told you about the Vegas thing. I'm a huge Elvis fan.
Right on.
Well, thank you.
So
Thank you very
speaking-
much.
I
Speaking
know,
of,
see, that's it, yeah.
speaking of dark things and dark places,
You guys aren't gonna do Blue
Yeah, I like
Christmas,
Burt
are
the
you?
Burt.
next,
too.
the next song I'm going to play is about being in dark places.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't
I
do Blue
told you
Christmas.
I was on submarines for 20 years. I know all about dark places.
But anyway, to announce why they're here is, it's Friday the 13th coming up, right?
On Friday, we almost have the full moon is tomorrow.
It is a full moon, and
Friday
look
the
at,
13th, we have the Christmas theme at Haunted Mines. So it's only one floor. You don't have to go up and down the steps. And we will be doing it on Saturday as well.
oh, they added another date, how about
Well
that?
then,
No,
You should come.
they're too much fun, they are really.
We will treat you like dips. People try to spell it out like I don't know what they're talking about. They're like, VIP. I said, VIP.
PIV.
I will personally make sure if you come to the haunted mines, my mines, I will make sure that you are treated correctly.
no. Oh, well then. That's foreboding.
Think about that.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So, I'm ready for some more
You want some blues?
mood-altering music.
That's what I'm talking about. Gentlemen, you are
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well,
I
thank
love the
you.
way
Thank
you all
you.
play together. I love the way the voices melt together. Do some more.
All
right.
right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. JD?
I'm glad he approves.
I wrote this song about a past life. It's leads you in and out of places that sometimes you wonder how you got there. Other times you know exactly how you got there and don't want to be. Called Follow the Headlight Home. Here comes that feeling when I get where I know I've been. I never forget where I'm going. They throw me to the wolves and leave me all alone. I follow the headlight home. Well, God loves me, this I know. Seems like the devil's always standing in the shadows when you throw me to the wolves and left me all alone. I followed the headlight home. Another time has come when I can no longer help you from the things that you've said. And baby, the things you chose to do when you threw me to the wolves and left me all alone. I follow the headlight home. I follow the headlight home. Thank you.
If that doesn't just beg the image of a dark rider on a lonesome road.
It's exactly what it's about.
Get out of here.
So I was wondering why headlight wasn't plural.
The only one on a bike.
Ah, so there you go.
So, at the risk of brightening things up a bit, so I mentioned one of my relatives is a musician. He's actually a very, very accomplished musician, one of the top studio musicians in the region. And I've spent a lot of time with him. I've been fortunate that I've been able to do so. So there's a lot of tuition that I've been able to garner from him over the years. And one day I happened to garner some inspiration from him. I was picking him up from a gig, and we were headed towards my Jeep, and I mentioned to him, I said, "Hey, Ernie, the door's locked but the window's open." And he said, "Wow, that'd be a great name for a song." I said, "You got something there. I think I'll figure that out, see what I can do." Doors locked with the windows open, she said as she walked away. Now I'm left with the decision, do I let the thorns on the rose get in the way? She wasn't always married, used to dance the night away. Made her daddy place her for 4 hours, but he never knew I would leave just before the light of day. Years have passed me by, I find myself surprised. She still affects me this way, And if I could deny that little voice inside, might have a cartoon play, They said luck is preparation with a dash of opportunity. Now it's me pacing the floor, Am I prepared to find that luck between someone else's sheets, Just like with the windows open, still lingers in my head, like the smell of a neighbor's flower that you wish was growing in your garden instead. Years have passed me by, I find myself surprised. She still affects me this way, And if I could deny that little voice inside, might have a cartoon play, Now I stand outside her windowsill, wondering if the juice is worth the squeeze. Lord, I regret it tomorrow, but tonight it's a siren that's calling me, Doors locked with the windows open, with the words I'm gonna say as I walked away. Oh, thank you.
That's also an example of what we call California air conditioning.
Hey, there you go.
I used to love you, but now you say that you can't do that anymore. I used to hold you up, guess I missed it all on my way out the side door. 'Cause you used to shine just like gold, sitting in a jeweler's hand, waiting to be poured. But you got old, turned green when warm. You can't see these green marks here left upon my heart. 'Cause you got old, turned green when warm. Well, I can see the devil there in your eyes. Yeah, he's always there. Your hellos and goodbyes. But I've never taken it to any surprise. 'Cause I've always tried to find the good in you when all was evil that ever came through. 'Cause you used to shine just like gold, sitting in a jeweler's hand, waiting to be poured. But you got old, turned green when warm. You can't see these green marks here you left upon my heart. 'Cause you got old, turned green when warm. Well, I got tired of being next in your line. 'Cause you were always so beautiful, but only when you chose to shine. And you would never have given me any other time that it took you leave all the light behind. 'Cause you used to shine just like gold, sitting in a jeweler's hand, waiting to be born. But you got old, turned green when warm. You can't see these green marks here you left upon my heart. 'Cause you got old, turned green when warm.
All right.
Thank
JD
you.
Cordlé, everyone.
Don't worry, friend, 'cause it is not you. We love you and everything you do. If we were real, we'd do all we could. We'd tell you it's all right. Treat you like Jesus Jesus would. But we're all just people.
We're all just people
Around here, we all have our insecurities and our fears. Sometimes I think I'd like it better if I were not here. So many people, so little time. Don't you know that each one treats you their own care? What I have, I've always brought to share. But to some, it'll always be a crime. 'Cause we're all just people.
We're all just people
Around here, we all have our insecurities and our fears. Sometimes I think I'd like it better if I were not here. Something gained, a lot more I've lost. We're all too high, ever lay this low. In the heart, I'm just too rich, ever pay your cost. We're all just people.
We're all just people
Around here,
around here.
we all have our insecurities and our fears. Sometimes I think I'd like it better if I were not here. Thank you. That song is probably the only song that I'll ever write it how I wrote it. About 2:30 in the morning. And I wrote that in lipstick on a bathroom mirror.
Okay, where'd you get the lipstick?
It belonged to my wife at the time. But
You knew I was going to ask
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
It belonged to my wife at the time. We were on, we were with Capitol Records then, and we were on tour. And it was just a dark time in my life, man. After I wrote that song, I got a knock on the door, and it was time to go. And it was probably a good thing that came when it did, because sometimes I think I like it better when I'm not here, you know? That was a dark time, man. We're over that now, but
Okay, let's break this mood and say, what year is that Gretsch?
this Gretsch is this Gretsch is a remake of a 1969. So it's 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it looks authentic. I mean, for a remake,
I
that's...
have a 1974 Streamliner at the house in Phantom Silver. It's all silver. Looks like a jet airplane when you're playing it.
And Chris's guitar, I mean, I used to have a small body harmony, like a 1930-something
Oh, nice.
small body harmony without the, you know, it wasn't electric, but it was a Hawaiian harmony, Hawaiian guitar.
So if I may give a shameless plug. So I've done most of my guitar dealing and horse trading at the Denver Folklore Center, and with Harry Tuft, and now with Saul and Claude, the folks that took it over. And that's actually where this guy came from. This guitar is actually a 1954 Gibson ES 125. So older than most of the people in this room. But I tell people it's like playing a piece of furniture. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you what they built guitars like back then, but it is one sturdy. If this was in your house, it would be a support beam. I mean, it's
Well, that, you know, and that's it. That was my dad's harmony, and it was like, you know, he told me the whole story about how he got it, and it's like, I cherished it. It sounded beautiful, and one thing that I always cherished about the guitar, it had mother of pearl inlay, real mother of pearl, and it just smelled so darn good through the hole, and someone decided they needed it more than I did, so I never had the heart to tell my dad that it was stolen.
well, a pox on their house.
You know, somebody needs to be cursed for that one because
Something.
I've lost close to $8,500 worth of gear, including 2 vintage guitars this last summer touring around. So I know how you feel.
but
I
yeah.
guard mine relentlessly. I have a Martin Veterans model, and
Bless you.
I still have a Yamaha 400 that I got in 1982.
Good for you.
And that thing sounds just as good. It
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
better today than it did when I bought it, but that was
Right.
back with the real Yamahas. But that Martin, that's my baby right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really lucky, and again to dip my toe again, the folks at Denver Folklore Center, for years I've been shopping there, and they've become, I can't even begin to tell you, like, it's almost like having, you know, some expertise, some technical expertise on your side that they've really helped get me into guitars that have really caused me to grow as a musician, and this was one of them. And I, every time I play it, I fall a little more in love with it, and I consider myself very fortunate to have it.
Well, you know, and that's, we just had Small Business Saturday or Small Business
Yeah.
Week or something
Right.
like that. But, you know, there are some great local music stores in almost every town. They're kind of disappearing. But, you know, gosh, we've got a bunch of them. We got Moondog Mike's, we got Music Central, we got Blind Worm, you know, and you know, shameless plug too. You know, since we're statewide, and basically global, shameless plug, we do have your space for rent on our website, you know,
Yeah.
for sponsors.
Well, we actually went down to Denver Folklore this last week, I think it was, and let them know that we were going to be playing down here.
And flyers down there.
Yeah.
Well, I got to
Swallow
tell
Hill,
you,
too.
I can't tell you, in fact, no, I won't tell you, but I can, and I want to, but I'm going to talk directly to, you never know. I mean, I said you never know who's watching.
Oh, yeah.
There are some amazing musicians watching right now, you know,
absolutely.
and it's time to get in for 2020, some of you guys that we haven't had yet. We love to have our recurring guests, but, you know, we kind of like to balance it out with new people that we've always wanted to have in, the 5 years we've been on. Shameless plug. Send me an email, info at
It's not
KCOS.
shameless. It's not shameless.
No, it's not. But, yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is this. Without them, and without them, this wouldn't be.
Oh, yeah, I'd be sitting at home with 2 dogs going, what am I doing? But yeah, instead I get to listen to some beautiful music, and I know you all are liking it too.
Well, I'll tell you, we're really fortunate on both sides of the mic here because you know, we're old enough here up on stage that we remember when the little guy didn't have as much power as he has today to be pervasive with their music.
Exactly.
And you had a gatekeeper that you had to work through, and we're fortunate enough that we're able to be here. I don't want to make this sound like a PBS PBS pledge drive, but we really are lucky that we have venues like this that are available to us that allow us to get out and hear new music. And I personally, as a musician and as an audiophile, I really like to dig deep and try and find people that I haven't heard of and hear innovation and hear who's doing something new and different. Because that drives my creativity. And JD, that's one of the other things that we kind of agreed upon is that there's always another level as a musician, and the musicians that are listening understand that you never master anything. And it's one of the things that if you appreciate that as a musician will continue to drive you throughout the years and the decades that you play. And I, from time to time, have to take a renewed discipline towards my craft. And there are people like JD, who I get to play with, that help drive that help make me a better player because I want to be able to contribute in a way that's kind of shows some deference and honor to what we're trying to do. So.
Well, and that's, what a great lead into a cliche that I everybody goes, okay, doctors and lawyers shamelessly say, we're practicing. They go into a courtroom, they go into an operating room. Yeah. Hey, we're practicing.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks a lot. But you guys, musicians come in all shapes, forms, calibers, and some people will say, yeah, I'm still practicing musician and I'm learning. I'm surprised at how many people that we get on the show that still take guitar lessons.
Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere.
But even, some of the veterans that,
Oh, yeah.
it's like you think, oh my God, they know the fretboard upside and down, are still taking master class lessons from master class
You have to.
instructors.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it said before, and I'll echo it, that, most any musician that's worth their salt can think of about 3 to 5 other musicians that can outplay them constantly. And no matter how good you get.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And there's some folks that I've heard do some picking. My cousin, for instance, that make you just want to go home and use that guitar for kindling because you're figuring, well, why else?
You know what's funny about that, though? In outside of my character as Dr. Von Helton, I'll say this as a musician. I have never met a musician that didn't say, I wish I could play like him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 My cousin told me that one time. My cousin destroyed me one time.
Oh, even national acts.
I told my cousin one time, man, I wished I could play that song like you. And he said, no, you don't, or you'd be doing it.
Oh, there you go. Truth.
And I had a hard time living with that for a long time. He invited me on his TV show. We played the song together. He says, you got it? I says, yeah. I says, I went and did it.
Okay, so for those of you that are watching right now, how many times do you hear people on stage, you don't know who they are, maybe it's the first time hearing them? There's a Emmy winner in the family, someone that has their own TV show in the family. You never know where people are going to come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If anybody's out there watching this and wants to know how they can help, they
Yes,
need to
they
get a
do.
hold of Mark White at KCOS, digitalmedia.com. And if he takes donations, give him one.
Absolutely.
We'd appreciate it. On behalf of JDCordlé and the Chris Zambrano
Here,
Blues
here.
Duo, we'd
Bless.
appreciate you guys helping these guys because if it weren't for them, there'd be a lot of musicians in Colorado that would never have the gump to get up and come and do this
Oh, bless
because
you
there is
guys.
no place.
We're gonna have to cut that out and use that somehow. No, seriously. This is just
That's
something
a hell
that
of a
we.
compliment
That's,
right
that's
there.
not
It
a.
is. It's a compliment.
That's an opinion. It's not a paid endorsement. I just
No,
I wanna put it out there.
We don't. It's like, gosh, I'm. Is my face red or what? But
A little bit.
I thank you so much, and
welcome.
just for that, you need to keep playing.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about this? JD and I had sat back, kind of talked this out, how we were going to approach tonight. And we wanted to make sure it was special, not only for the people in the room, but for all the listeners. And so we put a little thought into how and we wanted to do this. So we each picked 2 covers that we would do. And JD kicked us off with one. And I'm going to play my first, I think, of the evening. So I hope you liked it. And one other place that we kind of agree when it came to covers is we don't believe in playing anything we can't own. Meaning, as a musician, we bring something new to it. We honor what was done, but we make it something that really kind of raises your brow a bit. So hopefully you get that out of what we're about to do. But I'm going to dedicate this song to KCOS because, well, I think you'll get it. See the sunset in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you. Slide her hand and twist her feet, and a bed of nails she makes me weak, and I wait without you. With or without you, with or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you, with or without you. With or without you, I can't live. With or without you. And you give yourself away, and you give without you, with or without you, I can't live. With or without you, my hands are tied. Body bruised, she got me with nothing with and nothing left to lose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Little U2 for you.
I'm going to do my second cover.
You know, I'm a big U2 fan, but I gotta tell you, only the first 2 albums. But really, you did perform that song like you wrote it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I too am a fan, and hopefully he's not listening, but I was a fan of U2, particularly when Bono was still pissed off.
Yeah.
But thank you. That is a high compliment.
There is a rather large club in NOLA, New Orleans, referred to as the Lions Club. They've changed the name several times, Lions Den, Lions Lair, it's the Lions Club. And in front of the bar, there's a piece of floor that's about 4 foot by 4 foot. It reads, "The Line." Billy DeLine. That's all it reads. So back in 1928, a man by the name of Lead Belly was sitting in the back corner of this club. That's how long it's been there. It was erected in the 1800s. And he watched this play out between 2 gentlemen, one named Stagger Lee and the other named Billy DeLine. And Billy was always bullied by Stagger Lee, and he didn't know what he was going to do about it. But one day he concocted this wild-ass plan that he was going to get Stagger Lee to hurt him bad or take him out, so he could spend the rest of his life in prison thinking about the things that he'd done to people. And unfortunately for Billy, it worked. So this is the story of that. Could have been on a rainy morning, could have been on a rainy night. Stagger Lee, Billy DeLine had themselves a great big fight, talking about that bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee. Stagger Lee said, "Billy, man, you know I can't go down. I done won all your money, your big old Stetson hat, talking about that bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee." Billy said, "Now, Stagger, man, don't take my life. I got 2 loving children and a really loving wife, talking about that bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee." Staggerly shot Billy, shot the boys so bad. Bullet went through Billy and broke the bartender's looking glass. Talking about that bad man, cruel old Staggerly. Find yourself down in Louisiana, going to the Lions Club. Every foot you be stepping in be Billy the Lion's blood. Talking about that bad man, cruel old Staggerly. Could have been on a rainy morning, could have been on a rainy night. Staggerly and Billy the Lion had themselves a great big fight. Talking about that bad man, cruel old bad man, cruel old Staggerly. Thank you.
Mighty fine.
Thank you, Chris.
Mighty fine. As a kid, I was always a fan of story songs. And songs like that really kind of appealed to me. When I was a kid, I remember listening to Jim Croce on the radio and Big Bad Leroy Brown, and anybody who can manage to fit Superman and Lone Ranger in his songs got my vote.
Time in a bottle.
Time in a bottle.
Nobody can put time in a bottle.
Who thought that up?
Yeah.
You know, that's like a marketeer's dream. But speaking of good story songs, hold on, got to get the right tone. Oh, there we go.
My pedal just goes on or off.
That's what mine does.
You got to get off that bike.
Gotta get off that bike. So this is a story song, and I like to write story songs. JD and I are kind of good, I think, as songwriters. We mesh that way, I guess, is what I mean to say. And when I sit down to write a song, I like to write a story, and I like to put characters in there, and I like to kind of walk them through something and you know, try and take that from my own experience. This song, actually, I wrote back, gosh, again, probably the mid-aughts. And I used to commute by rail up in Denver, and light rail was still pretty new, still had its sheen on it. And I really looked forward to that part of my day because it was just a real nice, relaxing part of my day. The steady rocking of the rails would put you to sleep. And but there was a stop that we used to pass now each day, and I would hear the announcer come over the loudspeaker and tell you, as they do, they announce the stops, and I always thought, boy, that's a darn good name for a song. I need to figure out a song to write for that. So you mentioned Elvis earlier, Mark, and the riff from this song, I grew up on Elvis. He was still alive when I was a kid. He's not dead. He's just unavailable. For those of you that remember, in the latter years when he'd play a concert, there was always a song that they would play as he came on stage, and it kind of became his theme song. And I thought, boy, wished I had a theme song. And I started playing with this riff, and I thought, well, if I had a theme song, this is what it would sound like. So when I got inspired by that name, I wrote this song taking that riff, and this is what it came out as. The name of this song is Louisiana Pearl. There's a place your mama tells not to go if you got feeling of the vibes below, and your daddy says, boy, take care. You can lose more than your life down there, but my heart is stronger than my head. I wish now I'd heard what my papa said. Beware that Louisiana pearl. Creole's high if you can stand the heat. Taste the flame that caramelize the sweet. Wearing a dress a little thinner than the wind. She danced close as my seduction began, watching sweat drip down her long sweet neck. Follow it down, boy, you just might get my Louisiana pearl. How do you escape from a dream when she knows the corners of your mind, from the sweet to the obscene? When I woke, I was in another place. Didn't know my name or recognize my face. Hitched a ride back to my Rocky Mountain home. Stood on the doorstep, man, just skin and bones. Mama cried as she heard me confess. Been gone years, boy, I told you not to mess with that Louisiana pearl. That Louisiana pearl. That Louisiana pearl. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Not bad for RTD.
There's a place in the Badlands, South Dakota. It's a granite wall that just rises up out of the salt flats. Nothing out there. And they've referred to it as the stronghold. They would run the villages to the stronghold, and they would stand with their back towards it because you could see what was coming, but absolutely nothing could get behind you. That's what this song's about. Had me some friends. I bred them all the other day. It was God's will that I got to stay. Like a white man's trash all through my house. Ain't nobody lives there, me and a mouse. Sometimes he'll come out so I can watch him play. Other times you won't see him at all. You don't give a damn anyway. Run for the stronghold.
Run for the stronghold.
Calvary's on its way. I can't come to heaven right now. You go tell him I'm on my way. Excuse me if I seem a little black. The times of understanding are somewhat all of a lack. And run for the stronghold.
Run for the stronghold.
The Calvary's on its way. I can't come to heaven right now. Tell him I'm on my way. By the riverside, come gather around now. See how I lost what was mine, and run for the stronghold.
Run for the stronghold.
The Calvary's on its way. I can't come to heaven right now. You go tell him I'm on my way. Thank you. So I got, you gonna say something more?
I was going to say, why don't you tell everybody how to get a hold of this new CD?
Okay. You can get a hold of me through Facebook at JDCordlé and Cris Zambrano Blues Duo. We actually have a phone number on there. You can push click.
You know, all the links are on the event page. I always try to do that when I make the event page. It's any media outlet that I can find for the artists. It's on there.
Right on. All right, so yeah, you can get a hold of us through that, or you can just, get a hold of me at the next show. We've got all the shows listed on that website on Facebook.
Boy, and you guys have been busy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, we've had a really good year. We play about anywhere from 3 to 5 gigs easy a month.
Yeah. Sometimes more.
And sometimes more, yeah. We're staying busy during the holidays, thank
It's
God.
what,
Yeah, well, JD, you said about 180 shows a year.
yeah.
Oh, well, and he
And
plays,
that's a rough center, right?
I do,
he plays a lot more than
I
me,
do a lot
not
of
just
stuff
him.
that I do on my own.
Well, you
I'm in
could-
out of 8 different bands here in Colorado as a lead player. I've got this duo and 2 other duos that I front. And when we're not doing that, we're just filling in for somebody that needs a guitar player.
Well,
That's what I do. I don't do anything else. I play guitars for a living.
you know what?
You know.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
you whet my appetite here when you mentioned jazz fusion. So,
Yeah, yeah.
do you know? do you
Yeah,
know
that's my jazz
There's
fusion
some old
band.
school right there.
So
I play
do you-
lead in
do you
the
know
Marshall
a-
Coalition.
Do you know a gentleman in Denver named Mitch Chamorro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch, he was watching. I don't know if you still are, Mitch.
Oh, right
but
on.
You know what? I've been wanting to have you come down here for a long time. 'Cause
Get
he-
on it, man.
He puts on an awful lot of Facebook instructional, segments. He goes, okay, here's a run in a particular signature, and just, man, what a player. So when are you going to introduce this jazz fusion endeavor?
We've been working on that I've been playing with them guys for a little over 15 years. And, it's their life that gets in the way sometimes. Sometimes it's my schedule.
Yeah.
Other times it's just things don't work out. But what we put down there, we've been working on, and I think it's just about ready to put out there.
Well, and that's it. We love the diversity of course, what we do on KCOS, and we're playing over 400 Colorado bands. It's not we don't do your hit single. We
Right.
We put the whole CD on,
Yeah.
and the software will play every song on a CD
Oh, great.
That's cool.
in time. So just don't go, gee, when should I listen to KCOS?
I was talking about it in the Marshall Coalition. It's David Keith on rhythm guitar, me on lead, and we've got Jake Jacobson on bass. He spent many years in Blue Side Down as the bass player for him. Wow. So these guys are world-class musicians, and they don't know how to spell the word mess around. It's just a matter of getting everybody together in the same place.
Yeah.
A little hard sometimes.
JD, I will tell you this, okay? You just said something. He's a world-class musician. You
Yeah.
said that, yes?
Yes.
You are too.
Thank
Both
you.
of you gentlemen are.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind. Appreciate that. I hate to be that guy on stage, but hey, Victoria, do you have access to hot water? Yeah. Like if I was to ask for like a cup of hot water, lemon, and honey.
Nailed in there, man.
I appreciate that quite.
Best bartender in the world right there. That
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You have to watch her.
I've got a little bit of Kermit in my throat.
She takes
I hate-
requests. Yeah, definitely.
You know why you're in the high desert?
Yeah.
Everybody talks about Vegas being dry. They don't know dry until they come here.
Agreed.
Thanks for coming by, man.
And
That's Matt, another one of our KCOS members.
oh, right on.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone, I'm not the only guy. It takes a whole bunch of people to do this. Nathan Lear on broadcast, George on camera, co-host Lisa and Laura, the great
guys
staff at the Gold Room here.
You guys are fabulous at what you do. When I'm not here and I have a minute, I watch on Wednesday nights. I tune into it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
And,
It warms my heart.
It's
Even
some
then,
phenomenal guys that come across this stage, man.
Well, and hopefully some of our friends and followers that tuned in tonight will
Yeah.
find reason to
Send us an
tune in
email.
every Wednesday night so they can
Yes.
find something new that's in their neighborhood. Because I got to tell you guys, I mean, for those of you that are listening, it really means a lot when we're out playing and the audience is there and appreciates the music. And thank heaven there's still audiences that really appreciate a live performance and want to hear a good band and
Absolutely.
want to want to be inspired, want to be touched in a legal way by music, and so
And everything is always archived on the YouTube channel.
yeah, that's great too, and we appreciate
Over 1,300 videos, so it's
Yeah.
you can hit autoplay and
Take your pick.
yeah.
And I told you something else. It's a lot of local bands are a dime a dozen. That's
Yeah.
the garage band. They get together, they get a gig, they're happy.
Right.
Then there are people with the music, they care about it.
Yep.
And when you put your heart and your soul into that music, the difference is
Completely
miles
different.
apart.
Completely
Miles
different.
apart.
Yeah.
And you gentlemen, you do the way that I play my music. I don't care if you like it or not. I play it.
Right.
I play it because of my heart.
Yeah.
But if those who do listen to KCOS digitalmedia.com, hopefully religiously, it stands up against any commercial radio station,
Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a garage band,
Been there, done that, Mark.
Yes,
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So, if I may, for a second, since what I understand part of this is about is kind of discovering what makes the guys behind the microphone over here tick.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I've got a question. Hey, JD.
All right.
So, how long have you been? First of all, how long have you been writing songs and playing?
So I started playing guitar when I was 6. By the time I was 10, I finished my first 3 songs.
Nice.
By the time I was 11, Mom and Dad had upgraded all my equipment. I had a 3 pickup Black Beauty Les Paul,
Oh man.
and I was 11-year-old kid. I couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
It weighed 13 pounds. I mean, I could no way hang it on a strap and play it. So Mom would carry the guitar, and Dad had gotten a dual 12. It was a Stardust Les Paul signature model amp to go with it. And this thing weighed 150 pounds with an all-oak cab. It had the big square nickel magnets on the back of the Gibson speakers. And they carried that around for me until I was 14, 15.
Wow.
And when I got 16, they was my chaperone to get me into the bars around the local area where we lived, play with a house band. And by the time I was 17, they were paying me money every night to do it. I couldn't believe it. And I've been going ever since. So it's 35 years now.
So I got another one for you.
Okay.
And this changes from time to time, and I'm coming up with good questions that as a musician I wouldn't want to be asked.
Well,
So,
yeah.
so if you had to pick one song that you played tonight to be the cover story, like the song that epitomizes or was the quintessential representation of your year, could I actually, thank you, Victoria, which song would it be
Of my years.
for 2019?
I think that song would be I didn't write it, but
That's okay.
I think I'll just do it.
Yeah, that's a great
There you
lead
go.
in. That is a great lead in.
Best answer ever.
Some of you may recognize this. Greatest song ever written, my humble opinion. Written by a man who put up with 20 years of crap by colleagues. Was told that he wasn't good enough in the band that he played in every day. And overlooked that I know of, that I've read in history of that band 31 times to get songs on records they recorded. They left him with only 6 in the end. Out of 31 songs that he wrote, they used 6 of them. And on their last album, Lennon goes on vacation and George goes in the studio, because that's where their mind was. And when John came back, he asked George what he had, and he showed him this song. And John again said, no, we're going to replace that with Let's Go Do It in the Middle of the Road. And that was the end, because George told him, never again. We didn't hear this song again until he put it on his own album, All Thing Must Pass. And I think the reason that John passed on this one, because it was right at him, but it's, I think, just relevant now as it was then about the world. Isn't it a pity? Isn't it a shame how we break each other's hearts, cause each other pain? Taking each other's love and not thinking anymore. Forgetting to get back. Oh, isn't it a pity? Some things take so long. Might you tell me, how am I to explain? So many here among us can't see we're all the same. With all the tears there, their eyes cannot hope to see all the beauty there that surrounds them. Isn't it a pity? Isn't it a pity? Isn't it a shame how we break each other's hearts and cause each other pain? Taking each other's love not thinking anymore. Forgetting to get back. Isn't it a pity? Getting to get back. Isn't it a pity? Thank you. So the answer to your question is, that's the one that would represent my year.
Right on. Good choice.
Well, this is a great twist. I mean, really, it's like, okay, everybody thinks that you guys being a duo, you know everything there is to know about each other. Apparently not. But,
You know, I think you need a little bit of mystery,
yeah.
right? So,
Hell, even the Everlys couldn't get along.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
They probably knew too much about each other, though.
You got one, or you want me to take it?
No, I'll play one for you. So, what's great about this little guitar is it helps you get the funk out. And this is a song I wrote back in, again, probably the early aughts. That was I guess, pretty creative time for me for various reasons. And there was a lot of good music for me that I managed to fashion out of that. But this one actually came from looking up a word in the dictionary one day. So for those of you who don't know, there is a word that describes the sound a cow makes. It is not a moo, it is a low. The cattle were lowing in the pasture. So I was just inspired by it, and I decided to write this song, the typical girl done me wrong song, but with a twist. So this is called The Lows of Love. Doesn't know me like the way I think I know myself, and she cannot cure me of my own mental health. Here we go once again. Is she foe or is she friend? Yeah, maybe if I ask her nice, she will tell me so. But if I let go of my pride, will I live or will I die? Or maybe I just might find a way to free myself from me. I fell into the same trap over and over again, yeah. Letting my mind wander with my heart down another dead end. Here we go once more, taking the back instead of the front door. Afraid of what I might see looking in her eyes. Oh, maybe it's me, scared of the man I could be, yeah. Afraid to give her the chance to see herself in me. You said you hadn't given up hope for great love you'll find. Well, I've got one question for you, babe. Are you gonna give hope the to find you. Holding back the hands of fate, falling in love all the while, disarming my reason with the ease of a smile. Here I go once last time, making hers what is mine, yeah, giving all my fears the life to breathe. Oh, maybe I see just a reflection looking back at me. Oh, stumbling on the love I thought was on the other side. Fear and pride, ooh, say goodbye to me. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
That was beautiful. Oh,
Hit the ON button.
Yeah, there you go.
I've never been a KJ in my life.
Hey, thank you again, Victoria, for the water.
Well, you know,
Absolutely.
and that's, she makes a great cup of coffee for an Irishman, too.
I
So,
spoil him.
oh, well, you know, I'm so lucky. I mean,
He's
really,
like,
this is,
but she does.
she does, and we love her. And, you know, we've all put our heads together. We've been doing it for a while. Next year is going to be a great year here at the Open-Minded Gold Room.
At the Open Minded Gold Room. This is going to be probably one of the best years that we've had. You guys are absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I would really like to book you again.
Yeah,
You're
Thank you.
amazing. Especially for a perfect brunch. I mean, when you're talking about breakfast foods and you're talking about breakfast drinks, I mean, obviously the next step is going to be like, oh, well, we need amazing music, so.
Well,
I mean,
you know, and
guys are
that's
a
the
perfect fit
joy
for that.
consummate musicians that we bring to the show, you know, they're like a 4-hour set nightly band.
Oh, absolutely. And
these
you
guys have
guys
been
just
playing-
have such talent.
As long as they've been playing. I mean, we didn't get a lot out of Chris because, you know, the interest was the music. We got some great gems getting to know Chris.
Oh, right on.
You know, and really, JD was very expressive about his experience and his career. The last show. So once again, I impart, please, everyone that's watching, go to the website, or you can just hit the YouTube channel. It's the Colorado Music Network. We took a bold stand and said, yep, that's what we're going to do. And the Beat Goes On sessions are a separate playlist. And go back and review. I mean, it's a great contrast from the last show that JD came and did to this show. And we're looking forward to next year with you guys.
Right on.
And
Be here.
the joy of all this
Let's
is
book it
that.
before we leave tonight.
Pardon me?
Let's book it before we leave tonight.
I can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. But
Like, I can do that.
this is the great thing is that we always catch another referral from every band that comes in here, and you know, it makes my job a lot easier.
99% of the bands that Mark actually brings in, I'm like, oh, I want to book you guys again because every single time that Mark brings somebody in, they're always amazing. They're always somebody that I'm looking for. You guys are absolutely perfect for everything that I've been looking for. You're
Thank you.
You're
right
such a
on.
great band. You have such good energy. You have such a great sound. Like, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Sweet. Well, we like that.
Thank you very much.
Well, we've got a team in place here for what we want to do, and it's plans are in the works, calendar's open, you know, and
Have about 40% next year open for you guys.
well, yeah. I mean, there's always a place for
Always,
everybody,
always.
and even though she said 99%, we love 100% of who
Yeah,
we
yeah.
bring. We do.
99.9. I'm just kidding. 100%.
I know.
There hasn't been a group or a band or an individual that Mark has brought in that I have not absolutely loved in one form or aspect. And I just really appreciate you guys coming in and playing this venue, and you guys have been so great.
Oh,
I
thanks.
really do appreciate you guys. You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And it's just such a shame that time flies by such as it
Yeah.
does. You know, so, you know, I hate to say it, gee, can we have one last song before?
Sure.
Before you do that, Mark, I would like to say one thing.
Before
Remember,
they do
we
that.
are open on Friday the 13th
I know.
at 100 Mines, and I gave you guys a personal invite to come to my mines and come and take a visit.
He's scary, don't do it.
Yeah, but
She
there-
won't come because there are clowns.
Where's it at?
Palmer Park and Academy. It's at the event center at the north end.
Do you have any idea where that is?
He
No.
has clowns.
Here in Springs, right?
go, you
Yes.
know, here, quite simply, Haunted Minds and HellScream Haunts are on Facebook.
All right.
We are.
And,
Look it up. You can.
Simple enough.
You are thrill seekers.
I will make you this
Go.
deal. If you come to the mines to see us on Friday the 13th, I will cover the cost for you to come in.
Oh, that is,
He actually.
that's an offer I can't really refuse now, is it, Mr. Corleone?
See, this is what we do. I mean, everybody that comes here comes away with something. Something.
We even have one section that is 3D. You even get the glasses. It's amazing.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So on that happy note, I look forward to seeing you again here. And I look forward to seeing you over there at the Haunted Mines, okay?
All right.
You
Well,
guys are
thanks.
amazing. You play wonderful, wonderful music.
Great. I'm glad you like it.
Comes from the heart, and that's where it should come from.
He's sounding like Lawrence Welk right
Thank you.
now.
We
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, if you got bubbles,
we didn't have this plan, but I think we'd like to do a cover that we've sat down and we've said several times to each other. How do we play that?
oh, well, yeah. It actually
So-
came down to kind of a philosophical, musical discussion of how would you approach playing this if we added this to the set list?
Wow.
And we couldn't really quite decide.
I learned it growing up Roy Buchanan's way,
Oh my God, that's the key word.
and he's a longtime hero of mine.
Yeah,
And I grew up with guys like Gary Moore and Rory Gallagher.
yeah.
And nobody I listened to was from here.
And for
It's
me,
okay because I'm not original either. So
and for me, I again come from a really musical family, and one of the cousins I had who picked up a guitar. My grandmother actually played for like 80 years, and she inspired us to pick up the guitar. But my cousin was a little more serious about it than I was. I was kind of screwing around, and was hoping to find a way to meet chicks. And he was a Beatles fan.
Don't we all?
You're right. Oh, many a story. But he was the one that used to say, come on, learn this song with me, and we'll sing it together, and we'll play it at the family Christmas party or whatever. And he was the one that put this song in my hands along with a lot of others. And I owe him a debt of gratitude because he kind of motivated me in a time when I was still trying to figure out if I was going to be serious about this. So anyway, I guess we'll do this as our kiss goodbye to all you listeners tonight. Hopefully you like it.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
there's a lot of fans out there that
Isn't it?
I warn you, it's going to be dirty and tawdry.
But that's okay. I'm used to that. But I will tell you this,
A
gentlemen.
little bit of Austin Powers, then.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming down tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for
I've
having
had a
us.
wonderful time listening to you, and I know that the people on the camera have had a wonderful time as well.
Fantastic.
thank you.
JD, you want to kick us off?
Hey Joe, when where you're going, a gun in your hand. Hey Joe, tell me where you're going, the gun in your hand. Going down to shoot my old lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man. I said I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man.
We're gonna run to now. Hey Joe, oh, we're gonna run to now. Going way down south. Way down Mexico way. I'm going way down south. Ooh, way down where I can be free. And ain't no one gonna find me. No one gonna find me. butterflies and zebras and moonbeams, and fairy tales. That's all she thinks about. Riding with the wind, yeah. When I'm sad, ooh, she comes to me, yeah, with a thousand smiles she gives to me. Free, it's alright, she says it's alright. You can tell anything you want from me, yeah, yeah. Fly on, little wing, yeah. Thank you very much. JDCordlé.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh my God,
Thank you, guys.
that was a flashback for me to now.
Hopefully a good one.
No, yeah. Yeah, we won't talk about those days, but you know, there was a time in classic rock that even classic rock icons were even ignored. And so what this last blend of tones that you guys brought into this classic song was reminiscent to me of the Fleetwood Mac era when Peter Green was thinking about leaving and they brought in Danny Kirwan and Jeremy Spencer. And, you know, the album Bare Trees was just, it was just a pleasure of a journey to listen to.
Right on.
And that Les Paul that Peter had went to Gary Moore.
I know,
He gave it to him.
I know. Yeah, because I still have the Blues for Greenie VHS tape,
There you go.
you know?
Now we're showing our age.
Well, yeah, kids, there it is available on stream, you know, but, and let's hear it for these guys. This was a great time.
Hey,
Thank you once again,
I
guys.
really enjoyed
Looking forward to next year.
Well, next year's just around the corner, man. Yeah.
Thanks for,
Not that far away.
thanks for having us, and thanks to the folks that tuned in tonight to give us a listen.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it. I can tell you, one of the reasons I like playing with this guy is because I like his music. And
Oh, I do too.
I like yours too,
and-
Chris.
Thank you. And I write my stuff because, quite frankly, I got tired of not hearing songs that I wanted to hear. So
And you guys were a great match, and we're definitely looking forward to working a few possibilities with you guys
hey,
next
good
year.
news.
Go find us on YouTube tomorrow.
Well, you'll find you guys on YouTube as soon as Learjet
Or whenever they're done with it.
hits the stop button.
Go find KCOS, first of all.
Well, absolutely, because it is prominently displayed on the webpage, where all links are, of course, evident. But yeah, we definitely had a great time with you guys in this intimate setting, and it We want to thank everyone for tuning in to
We love you guys.
various platforms. Oh, we love you guys too. And you know, next year is going to be even better. I mean, I can't say we haven't had Victoria at her 99%.
Yeah.
You know, it's agreed. We get surprised every week so pleasantly that
Oh, great.
I can't go home and go to
I've-
bed. I have to stay up till like 3 in the morning going over the footage again.
I have. I've tuned in on Wednesday nights, and it's some of those bands, you're looking at them and you're thinking, this is where this is going? No, not at all.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
great.
it's a wake-up call when you start hearing them play.
Yeah.
And before we forget, thanks to everyone else tonight, behind the scenes, the folks that you can't see, that helped to make this work. Everybody was more than hospitable and accommodating to help us get up here and get up and running so we could play for you tonight. And that means a lot, because we don't always have that support in some of the venues we get to play. So we really appreciate it. And thank you guys for taking the time tonight. And actually, hopefully you liked the music too, and wasn't just torture that you're getting paid for.
Yeah, couldn't do it without Nathan. But once again, the footage is available for your exclusive use to do whatever you like with.
Thank you.
No, thank you. We have no claim on your music. This
Oh.
is your music.
And
So,
you know there's a replay too.
well, and we do that because you know we're gonna take the last 2 weeks in December off because Wednesdays are Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
Right?
So next week is a jam band that we are really excited to have for the first time called Geoglyph. They've just been lighting up the town with their music, and
Oh, right
it's
on.
very exciting. But the next the 2 weeks that we won't be here, we are still going to do a broadcast in our regular time slot, and we had the explicit privilege and honor to be invited up to Dazzle in Denver
Hey, great venue.
to video a dual release show with the Cass Clayton Band and Carrie Pastine and the Crime Scene.
All right, on.
So Christmas will be for Cass Clayton because everybody loves Cass Clayton.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just a magnet of a personality. You can't help but love the
Cass is
band.
a beautiful character.
Yeah, and then Carrie Pastine's got to be, you know, after New Year's Eve, you're not going to rest on New Year's Day. You're still going to want to go, hey, 2020 with Carrie Pastine. They kill it every time too. They're just a high energy band, and it was a lot of fun to do. And then look on the calendar for 2020. We got some things, some very special things. Our 5th anniversary show on January 8th is our friends from Denver in Amalgam Effect, which is a prog rock band that is really good.
All right.
Calvin just sent me his proposed set list, and there's some really cool surprises because they're very exciting. Go look on Amalgam Effects Facebook page. Their albums are in rotation, of course, too, but it's going to be a very special show. And just like the rest of them, we thank everybody for their participation in our science project and making it work. So once again, let's talk about next year, and thank you, everybody.
Thank
Hit
you.
the like button for these guys, the blues duo, Chris
Absolutely.
Zambrano and JDCordlé. And JD, you still have a solo page up?
No, I took it all down for the band, but
Okay.
we're
well,
working on getting stuff up there.
Yeah, no, everything's a
And
working project.
create a new. You can find me on Facebook and
Yeah.
what's the other one? Instagram. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah, we are too, but you know, it's like, I don't know what to do with Instagram.
Right, right.
I don't either.
Yeah, it can get old pretty quick, but
Yeah.
I'm on there and I'm on Facebook, and we have plans to put a new page up for the duo. So
I know, and I want to thank everybody that's already hit and followed us on Instagram. And like I say,
yeah,
I hope you like what you see. If you know, if anything's on there, it's Nate's fault. But
Tell
And
your
if there-
friends. Tell your friends.
I know, and if there's nothing on there, it's our fault, so we will.
Well, I would like to say this, gentlemen. Thank you for tonight. That was amazing. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes.
And the new year, the reason they call it new is because it brings new beginnings.
Exactly.
Take that ball and run with it because you guys are phenomenal.
Oh,
Thank you.
very much.
Yeah.
We have every intent of that, and thank you.
All right, yeah. You know what? I hope everyone at home is applauding too, because this was a performance. So until next week, you know, keep us on your radio, internet radio. So what? It's great. You know, Sunday is 24-hour blues day. Okay, and then mixed format all through the week. And for the metalheads in the crowd, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. weeknights is Colorado Metal Shop.
Nice.
And Saturday night, we just added this, 7 to midnight, is Colorado Saturday Night Live.
Oh, nice.
Nothing but live cuts. We're hoping to get everything edited from some of our sessions and live streams that we do, and fill up Saturday completely with live music. How about that?
That's
Nice.
great.
Who else does that stuff,
No,
right?
Nobody.
You know, so
You know, I've noticed here with these other, you know, radio stations and stuff, they say they have a local hour. They're not local.
No.
They're national acts that come out of Colorado. They're not local.
yeah,
You know, I don't know where they get off saying that, but
well, one
I
thing
just
I
want to
gotta
point that
say-
out. Here it is local.
Yeah, no, I mean, we know who everybody is in this big, gigantic state of Colorado, one of the freest states in the country. But there aren't enough of us doing this type of thing, you know? So we enjoy what everybody else does, you know, and there's no competition. There's no ratings, it's like, okay, you do what you can. I mean, we have the luxury, since we own the station, that we can play exactly what we want. We are not owned by a corporation, by a nationwide media company, even though I'm not ruling out, you know, this could be a syndicated show for anybody that, you know, is watching, and we're in discussions with a lot of people about a lot of things for the future, but you know how things happen slowly for a reason. So until next week, from all of us, and even all of us that aren't with us,
From us to you guys.
to all
Thank
of you,
Merry Christmas to all of you.
absolutely.
Thank you for
happiest
the
of
cameraman.
holidays.
We appreciate the job you guys do.
Well, check it out. Since you guys were participants, yeah, please check out. And, you know, if you want to leave us a review or a recommendation, whatever Facebook is calling it now, you know, and everybody else too, they have that stuff for a reason. And we've been blessed by so many people writing so many kind words and thanking us for what we do as you do. But once again, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be around. So until next week, love you all. Thanks again.
See you guys down the road.
Take care, brothers.
Adios.
All right, Haunted Minds, December 13th and 14th.
Exactly.